Hello, today we are going to talk about how to use the KDE's KDE Advanced Text Editor, or KDE, a source code editor which is almost an IDE, and configure it to use kdesrc-build to build, debug, go to definition, use clang-d as a language server, protocol server. So for that we're going to the kde.org website. We have in the top menu an item to get involved. For getting involved, development. We need IDE, so it says set up a graphical development tools or an integrated development environment IDE. Let's go there. And it says some popular choices are in no particular order. KDE, which is KDE's Advanced Text Editor. Let's go to KDE. And let's follow the steps in here. Okay. So it says that you should install kdesrc-build, which I already did. But then you'll need to configure kdesrc-build-rc, so the configuration file. Let's actually edit it with KDE. Okay, so we're using the defaults. So KDE directory /kd/usr, include dependencies true, source directory /kd/src, build directory /kd/build. I have compiled Qt myself. This is not important. You could keep the default value, which is to have this line commented. And then in here it says cmake options -dcmake build type rel with deb info. So I've changed this to cmake -options -g. What type of configuration files of project files should cmake create? I said create KDE project files. And then what type of files to generate. In our case, we keep the default, which is Unix make files, because we want to run make and then make install. So this is the default. We could have used Ninja, which is another fine option, but let's stick with the default. And -dcmake build type, which is the cmake build configuration. We want debug because we want debug symbols. Okay, then we have set the correct number of CPU cores, stop on failure false, directory layout invent. These two are important for LSP support, so compile -commands -linking true, compile -commands -export true. So we did this, 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 and now the next step is to actually build something. So we're building KDE's calculator, which is called kcalc. Okay, so 79 modules to git clone and build, make and then make install using Unix make files. Okay, so there's an official guide on the KDE's official website on how to build KDE. In here it says that we should use kdesrc-build. It uses a non-default directory, so not tilde/kde, but tilde/project/kde. So we're using the defaults. Then in here, instead of editing .bashrc file, it symlinks the kdesrc-build file to tilde/bin, which is part of the path if this directory exists, at least in my distribution, which is Ubuntu 22.04. Okay, my tilde/kd/src is dirty. I'll need to delete some Git repositories and then get them from scratch. Okay, so I needed to delete the two KDE Git repositories where I had local changes, which is utilities kcalc and libgpg error, both in tilde/kd/src. I have run the command again, so kdesrc-build space kcalc. Okay, so it configures this official web page on how to build a Kate editor. It configures kdesrc-build-rc to say Kate and Ninja. So Ninja is in order to not use GNU make, because Ninja is faster. And then Kate, in order to create a Kate project file in all of the build directories of the KDE Git repository. So in our case, the source code for the Git repository kcalc is in here, so tilde/kd/src/utility/kcalc, and the build directory is in tilde/kd/build/utility/kcalc. So a file called .kate project will be created. Okay. It runs kdesrc-build initial setup and then builds Kate. Okay, ensure that you have at least the project and LLSP language server protocol plugin enabled. If you want GUI build integration, activate the build plugin too. Okay, so there's the from clang the LSP server. There's a symbols tool view, and there's on mouse hover documentation. There's this global search. It can build or run make in the build directory. It shows the error in a tool view for build output. Okay, so back to the page on the wiki, community.kd.org/get involved, development, ID configuration kit. So we're at this step where we have run kdesrc-build kcalc. It has built successfully, so it has compile warnings, but it's a success. And now we need to configure Kate in order to use it very similarly to an IDE, a full-fledged IDE for working on the kcalc KDE Git repository. Okay, so let's start Kate. Okay, so it says enable the plugins, project plugin, so that's settings, configure Kate, plugins, so project plugin, this thing, LSP client, this thing, build plugin, this thing, GDB, this thing. So 4 plugins we have enabled for Kate. Okay, so we will use the .kate project file, and that was created in the /kd/build/kdesrc-build directory, and we in fact need it in the other directory, which is the source directory, so the directory where we git cloned kcalc, so ~kd/src/utility/kcalc. Okay, so let's do this. Ctrl+Shift+D, Ctrl+Shift+V. Okay, let's look at the project. So it says kcalc -debug, so this is the CMake build configuration debug. Okay, it says I'm on git branch master, and let's open a file. Let's open the entry point file for the kcalc executable, which is called kcalc.cpp. Okay, and we have the LSP client symbol outline, this thing. We can navigate, for instance, find the main entry point, which is the main function, this thing. We can right click in the text editor on C++ identifier, LSP client, go to declaration. Let's go to the declaration of Q application, for instance. So right click, LSP client, go to declaration. So it navigated to the H file, which is in ~kde/usr/include. Okay, then we can go find references. So let's find references for this thing. So it's in kcalc.cpp, in many places, static methods, in ~kd/usr/include/qt, so the Qt header files, in ~kd/src/utility/kcalc/kcalc display, which is a cpp file from this project, from the kcalc git repository. Okay, let's close this. Pressing escape will close some of the tool windows. Then we have switch source header F12. Within kcalc.cpp there's a kcalc.h, so we go right click, LSP client, switch source header, it will navigate to kcalc.h. Symbol info, what's on which symbol? So this is the hover. With doc strings. Okay, so we have doc strings. On hover, then search and go to symbol. We can click anywhere, LSP, search and go to symbol. Let's find I18N. So it finds the function named itin and its variants. Also finds that, what are these? Static methods. Okay. What else? Format. Yeah, let's format a file and see the differences. So right click on this, LSP client, format, Control S, and it says that kcal.h is modified, and the differences are that here was an empty line but with spaces, which is not legal. It should be just a new line with no spaces after it. So this is a valid git commit and git merge request. This is the same thing, and then did not have a trailing new line, or had two trailing new lines. Okay, discard, yes. Okay, was created on disk reload. Next, what can we do? Rename, yeah, we can rename a symbol. So for instance, the local variable called about data. So we right click on it, LSP client, rename about data local variable, and it replaced in many places. Okay, Control Z to undo. It says that the file is not modified because it doesn't show an asterisk in the window in the title bar of the Kate window. Switch to Diagnostics tab, Quick Fix. Where are you? Control Z. So yeah, in Linux you need to be careful when you right click. You can move the mouse, select something else, and then on mouse up, the action will be executed, the action that's highlighted. Okay, so in my case, I went something like this and then cut paste. So don't ever move your mouse after you do right click if you want a Windows-like behavior. Right click, stay there. Okay. Next, quick fix. Switch to Diagnostics tab. LSP client. Where are you? Quick fix. Okay, I don't have any compile issues or something. Escape. What else? All of the elements, all of the context menu that's available when you right click and go to LSP client is also available when you click on the main menu item LSP client of the Kate application. Okay, and there's even more interesting things under more options where you can select to format on typing, for instance. Okay. So there's external tools. So on the Kate main menu, tools, external tools, Git. Now we have Git blame and Git K. So git case shows the history. In this case, it's history of just the current branch. Okay. Then there's tools for clang format full file, clang format just the selected text. We can search on the internet for the API documentation of API documentation of K-about data. So tools, external tools, tools, search KDE API. So it has found K-about data. K-core add-ons. Its methods. Let's see the add author. This method. Name, task, email address, web address, open collaboration services, username. Okay, the same thing for Qt symbols and identifiers. So you select the identifier and then go tools, external tools, tools, search Qt API. Q application class. Okay, what next? We have formatters for JSON and XML. Okay. So now let's look what we did. So we created a symlink from the ~kd/build utilities kcalc.kate project to the ~kd/kd/src/utilities/kcalc.kate project. So this is the directory where we git cloned the Git repository, and this is the directory where cmake has created the Unix make files and the kdesrc project, and then the directory where kdesrc-build has run make and make install. Okay. So let's see about building. So we go build, select target. It already has all of the cmake targets under project plugin targets. We're usually just running make, which is the same thing that kdesrc-build does. So this is selected by default, it's okay. And then the build output tool view is shown, and it has run make. Completed, and this is the build output. Okay, we can build again if we want. We just run make again, which is didn't have anything to do. Okay. Okay, and we can build from the kit main menu, the item build, and then build default target, just the same thing as pressing the build again button. And then the go to definition, let's see how that thing works. So we go set application domain, right click on it, LSP client, go to definition. So it goes to k localized string. Okay, since it's in tilde/kd/usr/include, we'll not know how to change from klocalstring.h to klocalstring.cpp. So switch source header will not work. Okay. So go to definition, uses clangd and only uses the usr include directory, not the actual CPP, the source code file where the application is implemented and defined. Okay. Let's see with the debugger. So inside kcalc.cpp, the main entry point, which is a function int main int argc char pointer argv. Let's put a breakpoint in here. So right click. Where debug is disabled, the context menu item. So we need to go to the Kate main menu, debug, targets, and select target 1. Okay. So Kate main menu, view, tool views, show debug view. Show debug view. Okay. So on the settings tab, we need to select the executable if we want a working directory, if we want arguments. So unfortunately, the GDB plugin doesn't seem to use the list of CMake targets. So you need to make these accommodations yourself. So executable name, working directory, arguments. Okay, the GDB command is GDB. So the first executable name GDB in your environment variable path, which is correct for me. Okay. And now we click on the source code line again. Where are you? Debug. What didn't I do? Start debugging. I start debugging first. So it stopped. It didn't run. So we need to select continue in order to run. We don't have any breakpoints. So it just started the application inside the GDB. So let's close the application. Okay, and now we have all of the elements in the Kate's main menu, debug menu enabled. We have the right-click context menu, debug submenu enabled, so we can go insert breakpoint on the very first line after int main. Let's put a second breakpoint somewhere in here. Debug, insert breakpoint. Okay. So GDB is running, but the process has stopped. So let's continue. Okay, so it went run in the GDB, and it says hit breakpoint main argc equals 1. line 2831, k about data, about data. And it hit the first breakpoint too. So this 2816, this breakpoint. Okay, so now let's flex the buttons. So we want to step into the constructor of k about data. Step in. So the constructor is gigantic. It has many parameters that need to be evaluated. I have no clue where we are. Let's stop the debugging. Okay. And restart debugging. So we're again at the second breakpoint, which is the constructor. Let's find a simpler method. Parser.process, this one. Right click, debug, insert breakpoint, continue. Okay, we're at the parser.process of app. So step in doesn't seem to have a shortcut, so we'll need to either click on the main menu, debug, and step in, or use the toolbar. So let's go step in. So it went inside q command line parser.cpp, which is a CPP file which contains the source code of Qt5, Qt base module. Okay, so it knows how to enter in CPP files from other modules than the one which is open right now. So right now it's open the Git repository kcalc, and it went into the Git repository Qt5 Qtbase. Okay. Step over. Let's step in. So inside qcore application arguments, we have locals and stack view, and it says that we have 3 threads. On the first thread, we're inside qcore application.cpp, which it was called from q command line parser process, and which was called from parser.process of app. Okay. So let's see if it knows how to evaluate the value of variables. Step over, step over, step over. So it says de-optimized out because I have built kcalc with rel with debinfo. So on a release build configuration. So we have many things optimized out. So let's escape Qt and step into a C++ place. So let's go into a KDE module that's not kcalc. So debug, insert breakpoint, continue, step in. So it's qlocal, this is the Qt thing. Step over, step in, step over, step out, step in, step out. Step in, step out, step in. At long last, we're inside of the source code, a CPP file from another KDE Git repository than kcalc, which is, well, still kcalc. Okay. And it says that ch has the value dot. It's a string with the content dot. Okay. Hover just shows docstrings, doesn't show the value that's visible in the debugger. For that you need the locals and stack tool view. Okay, step over. Step over. Okay, let's see how it steps into the set application data. Put a breakpoint in here. Let's remove this breakpoint and this breakpoint. And debug, restart debugging. Okay, so we don't need this breakpoint either. Where is it? We need to continue. Again. Okay, so we're at the correct method, which is part of the kAboutData class named setApplicationData, static one. Okay. Control click navigates to kAboutData.h from /kd/usr/include. We want to actually navigate to the CPP file, not the H file, where setApplicationData is implemented. So we go step in. So this is kAboutData.cpp, not inside tilde/kd/usr/include, but inside tilde/kd/src/framework/kcorredons, which is the name of the Git repository, kcorredons, and src-lib kAboutData.cpp. What's about data? It's a kAboutData, which is what? A Qt style class with properties, static methods. Okay. So it did not evaluate the value of the about data parameter that's received in this method. Okay. Step over. APP is a cute private thing. I don't know how to inspect it from here, but there's certainly a way to do it from GDB. We can run any GDB command in here. So we have anything that we want because we have full access to GDB. So we can execute any gdb command. Okay. So that was debugging with the GDB Gate plugin. All of the debug actions work, so continue step over, step in, step out, and restart. Let's print value. So it says print about data. It's a const key about data reference with a D, which is the private. Seems interesting. What about this? About the app? Print this. Print app. How do we print this? GDB. Okay, so step over creates a QCore app. Okay, and now we print the app. What about app.application version? Okay, so that's what we can do using Kate, which is everything, everything an IDE can do, almost. Kate can do. So there's better visualization of values of identifiers during debug in a IDE such as Qt Creator, but you have direct and raw access to the GDB to run commands and see the output. So that's a plus. Okay, debug, kill stop, escape to close. So there's a Git plugin, there's projects, there's a file system browser. This is the list of open tabs. Syntax highlighting works, collapse works, comment a block of text works. Control/. There's a minimap in the scroll bar. Uppercase, lowercase, capitalize. Toggle command. So in the Kate main menu, tools, and then toggle command Control/. So it does Control/. You can press as many times as you want because it toggles the commenting. Or you can comment out this thing, Control/, and it comments just the selected part. Okay. And if we have errors, Control S, it shows a clang build error. It says a fix is available, and there's switch to diagnostic stop, and it says expected semicolon after expression. Okay, and the fix is available. So I double clicked on the fix and it inserted the semicolon automatically. So double click on the build error, it shows a quick fix, and double click on the quick fix. So again, Kate has most of the features that we want when programming using the C++ programming language for the KDE project. Thank you.